Hi, everybody. So, as you may or may not know, I decided that this week I would record my sleep pattern every night for a week using my Garmin Forerunner watch. And whilst it's obviously a watch used for many things and sleep is not its primary function, it does include an option where it can track your sleep throughout the night. So, I thought it'd be quite interesting to just get an idea about my sleep patterns. And what I'll do is put it up on a screen now and kind of talk through what I sort of found quite interesting. So, having looked online, studies sort of show that we should be getting 8 hours of sleep, and I'll talk about some context in a moment around me personally. So, 8 hours of sleep, you can see that on average I've exceeded that. And then, in terms of the deep sleep and the light sleep, it would appear that I am in a deeper sleep for longer than, not recommended necessarily, but longer than it would be suggested that you should be in a deep sleep for. And so I'm like a 50-50, aren't I, between light and deep. And yet it sort of seems to state that it should be a split of kind of like a 50% light, and then you've got a 25% deep and then 25% full sleep. So perhaps you could argue that those stats do sort of add up to what the split is for me. Now, let's talk about a little bit of context. 5 years ago, I was working a couple of jobs, and so that would mean I would come home from one job and just roll straight into the next, to a point where I would be sleeping on average between 2 and 3 hours each night at the most. And I adapted to that and was functioning on that for probably close to a year and a half, probably close to a year and a half. And then I didn't have to continue that routine anymore, so things started to change. And so I've slowly started to evolve into a better sleep pattern. Even as a child, I wasn't a very good sleeper. I used to just get up, and once I'm up, I'm ready to go. If you've ever been on holiday and you're on the balcony and you're watching the sunrise, and there's always that one guy on the beach, and you think, you're already on the beach and it's whatever time in the morning. How come you're already up? That's me. I'm that guy. I'm kind of early riser. I go to sleep more or less as something that I feel like I need to do, as in I think I should probably go to bed now, rather than actually feeling really tired. So it's sometimes a bit of a chore for me, and this week has not been that easy because I've been making myself get into bed earlier and try and, if you like, force some sleep, and it's not always been so straightforward. And whilst yes, I have slept pretty well and quite consistent this week, it doesn't quite track the number of times I did actually wake up, and it was, there were numerous times each night where I was actually awake and I was alert to the fact that, it's 1 in the morning. I've been asleep for a couple of hours. Oh my gosh, I've still got so many hours left before I'm supposed to be waking up. I've always been traditionally a very light sleeper, and even though it suggests that I'm in a deep sleep, I would argue that that's not fully accurate because, like, I live in quite a residential area, and if I hear any kind of sounds from people outside or any sort of creaks, I just wake up. And so I've always been that way. It's nothing new to me. But if we take a general look at the statistics and how I feel like it's impacted me through the last 2 week period, I'd say, I've been really working hard to recover because I've had some difficulties with one of my legs, and I know that sleeping is vital for recovery. And so I've been, again, kind of putting myself in a position where, not forcing myself to sleep, but recognizing how important it is, and so therefore appreciating that I need to just get myself into a better habit and better routine of sleep. So that's been a real positive. It's just been interesting. It's been really, really interesting. I find it very unusual to wear a watch to bed until recently. Until I bought the watch, in fact, I didn't even wear a watch, and I've never really worn a watch. So the whole idea of wearing a watch and then going to sleep is actually a bit odd, and it's quite uncomfortable. And I don't have a watch on me at the moment actually, but it's got a little green light at the bottom, which tracks your heart rate. However, if you've got the watch slightly loose, which I prefer to have, otherwise it's, you don't want to cut the circulation off in the night. But that little green glow, it's like a little UFO landing on your arm. And let me tell you, that thing is bright. In a pitch black room, that LED goes off. You know it. You know it's gone off, and it's enough to wake you up, or at least enough to wake me up. So it's been an interesting experiment. I don't necessarily know what it specifically says about, me and the longevity of whether I can continue this type of pattern, or whether I will fall into a new pattern with more regular going to bed at a certain time, waking up at a certain time. It's going to be slightly more difficult when I go back to work, because I've had the luxury, I suppose, a slight luxury. This week I've been able to get up, say 6, 7, but most days I'm up at 5. So already that knocks 2 hours off my night's sleep, which would mean I'd have to be going to bed kind of 9 o'clock at night. I just don't see that happening. I really don't. I'm recording this video now at 9 o'clock. I've had a pretty busy day. In fact, it's not 9 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock. Nearly 10:30. I've had a pretty busy day. I don't feel at all tired. But of course, now I'm thinking, I'm recording this video on sleep. It's 10:30. Realistically, I'm not going to bed till 11 now. So 11, if I'm getting up at 7, that gives me the 8 hours. Likely to happen tonight. But on any other typical night when I'm back at work, I'm getting up at 5. So straight away, I'm down to 6 hours. It's that kind of thing I need to just start to adjust, I suppose. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw this video up. Regular viewers would know I've been tracking my sleep, so I thought, hey, why not just chuck up a video to show you what's happened this week. It's a little bit long. I do apologise, especially if that has sent you to sleep. Anyway, thanks for tuning into this video. Any thoughts, throw them down below. Like I said, I'm not a sleep expert. I don't really know what it all means, other than I wore the watch. I got some results. There they are. Did a bit of research online. I'm still not really fully informed about everything, but there we go.